Hey Hakan, Game Changer again, video number 3. Okay, so I'm just going to go into my base here, bro. I always do this for people, but I always feel a little bit awkward. I'm not saying my base is absolutely perfect or anything like that, but I'm just going to show you what I'm aiming to do on the setup. Um, I think we got two walls for free the other day, so I've just put them in quite recently just to mix things up a bit. I haven't upgraded them because if you look, I've not got much XP to play with, so we're in similar boats there. Um, you notice the defence though is doing rather well, so I'm very pleased with that. Okay, so first thing first, as in your base, every single wall touches, nothing can escape, no troops can spill out, no tanks can spill out or anything like that. So that's good because that means that all my defenders are going to be kept in the base, can't be picked off one by one. Unless somebody takes a wall out, but then they've got to get close to do that. So that's the first thing I've got. Second thing, in my war factory, if I click on my defenders, I've actually got tanks and then S13s and then tank. My feedback for you was I think you had two tanks in your first wave, which meant that nothing had come out for 30 odd seconds. I mean, I've got 1 second, 24 and 28. I'm not particularly bothered because I've got quite a bit of other defence going on. But perhaps, in hindsight, I should have maybe 1 second. And then if I look at this, say 14 seconds for that guy there. And then if I were to say put in a tank there, it's going to be 14 seconds and 14 seconds. So every 14 seconds something's going to come out. And those Abrahams are quite tough to kill. But again, they're going to be kept inside the base itself, not wandering off to be picked off by machine gun turrets or whatever it might be. Next in my barracks, if I click on my defenders there, this is what I was trying to gauge you on. So you had 31 seconds before anything came out, and then they were just humble soldiers, if you don't mind me saying, which are particularly powerful to they're not really causing a lot of problems. Where I've gone for mortarmen. So I've got 5 mortarmen in my first wave, which is going to take little as 8 seconds before they're active, and then 4 seconds for the next wave, and then I'm just filling the numbers. I don't even know if those guys will get out, but if they do 28 seconds later, then they obviously will come out. I could have used machine gunners as well, to be fair, but ultimately it's the mortarmen that do the damage, in my opinion. So that's good. And then helicopters, again defenders. I've got 14, 14, 14. I mean, I can notice I can upgrade the capacity there and get more choppers, but I haven't really got a lot of choppers. I don't really want to build a lot of choppers at this stage, because I'm concentrating on getting the crits to upgrade them. Also in the background as well, I've actually got a fleet of helicopters in me Charlie sort of attack format, so they're not quite ready yet, but they're progressing nicely. So you'll notice here I've got excuse me. Notice I've got 2 flaks. Both are on level 3, so the maximum they can be, and I've got 3 howitzers and I've got 1 salvo. So that's why I knew you were one guy short. Now I've had to spread my transformers out exactly because I'm trying to cover the maximum amount available to us. So that's quite important. But the principle that I'm trying to deploy, so if you attack this howitzer here, then you're probably going to be picked off by this salvo. If you attack this one here, that's going to cover you. If you attack this one here, then pretty much that's gonna nigh on cover you. That's certainly going to cover you, and that's thereabouts going to cover you. So I mean, it's you have to make sure that when you're using your base defense, everything covers everything, or as best as you can. Now, I might need to tweak this because I'm slightly set up differently than I was, purely because of the flak issue, but that's now seem to be sorted. But my defense should be quite strong because not only do my tanks not leave, my mortarmen obviously rain death on and gather quite close to the walls there, and obviously aim on, but equally everything is trying to protect everything. So if you hit one thing, other things will hit you, and that's quite important. It's quite a condensed method of attack. Again, everything's nicely spread out, so the spawn zones are out here somewhere, and that means it's going to take probably 6 to 7 seconds to get from where you're going to spawn to get anywhere near my base. So even if you charge attack, by then I reckon my mortarmen will be out, and also that the mortars will have probably rained loads of death on you by then as well, or rather the howitzers I should say. And not only that, typically stupid people will try and airstrike you. I reckon even if you put 10 Reapers on us, those two flaks will take them out straight away. So straight away massive damage, and not only that, the chances are my war factory and my barracks will survive, which is obviously what I'm aiming for. So that's how my base is working quite well. Okay.